GatorSports.com.
All right, here we are at our final Swampcast before the bowl game, and we know where we're going now, Robbie.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Pasadena.
No, Bourbon Street, New Orleans, and the Sugar Bowl.
We'll have a fun time there, but you know, in retrospect, Robbie, we probably should have seen this coming because Alabama has been stewing on this game for a year. They've been thinking about it. The coaches have been preparing for it for a year, and they just out-coached. They were hungrier, they were stronger, they were more physical. They looked even faster than Florida.
And they played so much harder. From the start, you could tell they were going to get after Florida.
Yeah.
Florida had no answer to the balanced attack, and I thought Alabama's game plan was perfect. They came out throwing, loosened things up. They couldn't gang up on Ingram in the running game, and Florida's defense, that's the surprising thing to me. They didn't get some stops. They just got shredded by this team.
Yeah, I think Auburn kind of gave you the blueprint on Alabama, so they went away from what they did against Auburn.
That was good, smart coaching.
Very smart coaching. They did a great job of coaching, and that's, you know, again, I don't believe Carlos Dunlap made a difference. I don't believe Charlie Strong in Louisville made a difference. All that stuff. I don't think they win this game if they play it 10 more times.
No, Alabama made all the difference in the world. The way they were coached, the way they played. And like you said, this is a game they've been pointing to all year. Just the way Florida pointed toward Georgia a year ago for that game. It was the same kind of outcome.
Exactly. And you know, the two things that happened that really changed this game. One was Florida cuts the lead to 12-10. Tebow's got everybody fired up. He's jumping up and down. And the first play, they hit the screen pass. They know
69 yards.
They know Florida's blitzing. They know they're going to come after him, and they hit a perfect call.
Yeah. Even then, Florida comes back to make it 19-13 at the end of the half. With the ball in the second half, 3 and out. Alabama gets the ball, scores.
Down the field.
Game's over.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and then of course it officially ended when Tebow threw the pick. And really, the kind of play you just don't see Tim make, where he's got a guy he can see the defender there, loft it over his head. It's a touchdown. Run it. It's a touchdown. And instead, he fires it right to him. Yeah. I mean, it was stunning to see that kind of play happen. And you feel bad for Tim because he's been so great and been so wonderful for everybody. And apparently, the one Alabama fan who we get the brilliant question, she won't be coming to any more games. I can promise you that. But you know, it's sad way for these guys to end it. I was talking to David Nelson in the locker room, Robbie. He was all red-eyed.
He was choking up.
He was hurting them. Everybody's hurting. A lot of Gator fans are hurting. Gator Nation's hurting. Gator players are hurting. Coaches. I mean, Urban is. You know, the last time I saw him look like that was Alabama 05.
I know. This is the first time they've been beaten like that since then. I think that 31-3 game.
Yeah, I don't consider Georgia to have been a beatdown in 07.
No, they lost by 12 or so in that game. Yeah. This was a complete beatdown.
Loud noises everywhere. Hey, it wouldn't be a Swampcast without somebody vacuuming something up, would it, or cutting the yard. They got a game here tomorrow.
Time to vacuum us up, probably.
Yeah, Michael Vick's coming to town. You want to talk about that? I know you don't want to talk about this game if you're a Gator fan. And hey, you know, tough way to end it. You're still 12-1. You're still going to play in a major bowl game, and it will probably be Urban against his alma mater. Right?
Yeah, so that's a good storyline. And this team's gonna have to rebound. They haven't been in this position in a long time, so they've got time to get over it. They will, and the seniors will take over. Urban will push them through it, and they'll get ready for a bowl game.
But now, you and them and the coaches all know what Alabama felt last year.
Yeah, exactly.
And the trouble is, you don't have all those players coming back to recover to go next year. Well, we'll meet you in Tuscaloosa. Yeah. Those guys are all going to be gone.
But, you know, Alabama lost a lot of people too off of last year's team, so you give them credit for the job that they've done over there.
Well, I mean, I don't know when the voting has been. Nick Saban's clearly the coach of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much doubt about that. But don't be too hard on your boys. They gave you a lot of great memories this year. Still one to come, and they played. You know, I don't think they didn't play. It's not like they didn't play hard. They didn't play as hard as Alabama.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. I don't know if want. I always hate that word. They didn't want it enough. They just got outplayed and outcoached, and those things happen.
Yeah, and there will be the knee-jerk reactions now that Alabama's starting a dynasty and Florida's got a long way to come back. It's one game. Every game stands on its own. It doesn't mean that there's a dynasty starting for Alabama.
Could be worse. You could be a Southern Cal fan, right?
Yeah, losing again.
Losing again. So, hey, we'll see what happens. Next time we come to you, though, we will be previewing whatever. We're assuming it's Sugar Bowl. We're assuming it's Florida.
Cincinnati.
Assuming it's Cincinnati. We'll be previewing that game for you. And we'll miss you until then. But until then, Robbie and I, we're in the middle of noise everywhere. We're going to see you in a while. And Robbie, it's been fun.
I thought you were going to say we'll see you in Hawaii.
Man,
that would be good too.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about going to Hawaii if they got to Pasadena. But that didn't happen. So, the Newport Marriott, we'll never see it. I don't know what's going to. That's too bad. But anyway, we will talk to you next time. We'll preview probably the Sugar Bowl. Until then, Robbie, Andrew, Pat, Dooley, Come on, this is perfect. The guy coming up behind us, you got to love it. Come on.
We're getting blindsided.
See you next time.